Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Tuesday, November 11th, and we are here trying to answer your financial questions. And sometimes we kind of veer into your real life. And the we, by the way, is me and Mark Talercio, the best executive producer in the world. We're both certified financial planners, but the real life aspect of this is really the guiding principle of this program. We are not into people who are like stock jockeys. I really could care less whether you've picked a good stock or not. But what I do care about is how you are going to use whatever resources you have and get where you would like to go, or at least have an understanding of what the options are. So this is not a get rich quick kind of show. This is not a silly show that is predicated on trying to figure out what is going to go up or down, because really nobody knows that. And just a little hint here. I was with a very famous guy who we've had on the program before. His name is David Booth. He founded a company called Dimensional, which is an investment firm. He's David Booth of the Booth School of Business. And when we had him on the program, all he really wanted to talk about is the uncertainty of investing, like the uncertainty of life, and how they are very similar. And so he really does recommend something I also recommend, which is to tune out the noise. Tune out the noise. It is really a way for you to remain sane. And if you feel like you're overwhelmed by the noise, whether it's external or internal, get in touch with us. Go to our website, jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button, write us a note, and if you would like to join the program live, check the box. Mark will do everything else because he's so great. That's what he does. Again, if you're on the website, you can hang out there, see a lot of free stuff. We've got a free weekly newsletter. We've got resources. We've got other shows. We've got videos, everything there right at jillonmoney.com. Okay. Now it's time to do some emails. So let's get on with it. This is from Steve, who says, I'm so happy I found your program. Here's where my wife and I are. 67 and 66 retired. Our house is paid off, no car or credit card debt. We have grown self-sufficient children, which is really a milestone, gang, I must say. Next year will be the first year that my business income will stop. Because of the run-up in the stock market, we've got $480,000 in Roths, $100,000 in a single stock, which they inherited recently, in Chevron, as a matter of fact, $1.4 million in IRAs. Our allocation is 70-30, meaning 70 stocks, 30 bonds in the Roths, 60-40 in the IRAs. We both receive Social Security. The total is $5,500 a month. We also have a joint lifetime annuity for $1,300 a month. So that's pretty good. $6,800 a month, right? Our plan is to use these three monies starting next year is based on needing $9,000 a month after tax and the inflation adjusted amount going forward. The plan looks like it will work well on its own. We have $600,000 that we inherited that is sitting in CDs. Steve says, I like having some money in cash and the safety of CDs. It feels like a safe haven in the stock market. Okay, our financial planner says CDs are tax inefficient and is suggesting bonds, specifically tax-free municipal bonds, or maybe keeping a 50-50 mix on this money. He's also suggesting some Roth conversions next year since we have the cash to pay the tax. I think our plan looks good without this extra money. What do you think we should do with $500,000? I think he's saying keep $100,000 in the CDs. You guys have a interesting moment here, which I do agree with your advisor in that you would be able to maybe convert some of this IRA money, this 1.4, not all of it, I don't think, but, maybe a little bit as after you finish with your income from your business. So next year you start thinking about that. But right now you have this 6,800. You only need to get a little bit more. That 9,000 is your base. So the two ways to think about it is, well, I could convert some of the money that is in the traditional IRA, use some of my cash to do that. It's fine. You could do that. And by the way, you could probably sell that Chevron stock also and beef everything else up. And the other thing is to just pull the money out of the IRA accounts over the next few years. Now, Mark, would you be a converter or pull the money out to live on before the RMDs begin?
I think I would probably just pull it out.
Because you don't want to burn up the cash. You just want to live on the money. I think that's probably right. And so, I mean, if you want to do some tax-free munis, that's fine. I don't know what state you live in. It's probably more cash than you need. But on the other hand, I also feel very strongly that you're at a point in your life where having some stability here is a nice thing. And, you know, you can use some of the money in the IRAs, take that money out and, you know, fund your difference. It's like really 30 or 40 grand a year is all you really need. And maybe put some of the money in a brokerage account, but not all of it. Maybe you'd like to, and maybe you're going to feel differently about these CDs that are 4 to 5% right now. If they go down to 2 or 3%, you might feel differently. But I'd have to look at the tax equivalent rate of return for the munis before making a real call on that. Okay, next message from Kathy, who is working part-time and says, I like my flexible schedule. I don't know how much longer I want to do this, and I wonder if I can retire in about a year. Okay, she and her husband are 56 and a half. I love that. It's like the actual the dollar amount. That's the actual age, 56 and a half. He's a college professor. He'll continue working until age 65. So she makes 80. The husband makes 115, but can make a little bit more. They've got in checking and high yield savings and cash. They got a whole bunch of money. Okay. They have they have about 450 grand in just like safe stuff. Got that? 450. Then investments of 425 in a brokerage account, 925 in a Roth IRA, another 220 in a Roth 401k. And then there is so much money here, I can't even recount all of this. Their expenses are 75 grand. Maybe it's 100 grand. Okay, so let me just say this. There's so much money here. I don't want to go through everything, but it's like a lot. So there's like $1.5 million in traditional assets and, 1.1 in Roth assets and then cash of 450 and a brokerage of 425. Sound good? Yeah, it sounds good to me too. Okay. Here's the main concern. From when I retire until we start taking money out of our retirement accounts. I know I don't want to stay in our current house forever. We may wait until my husband retires to move, but I would expect that we would have to spend $600,000 to $700,000 on a new house, and we wouldn't want a mortgage. So their current house is worth $300 grand. Okay. Their kids are launched. They have committed to helping them with weddings. So they're 56 and a half. Can they retire? Well, I mean, if you can basically live on his salary and maybe pull some money out of your cash accounts for a few years, then I think it seems like you can do this. You've got plenty of money, but like your main concern about the house thing, I wouldn't buy a new house and use all the money that you have saved up, both in your brokerage and your high yield savings and cash accounts. I wouldn't use that all up to buy a house. So I don't know where the new house comes into play. I'm not exactly sure that it makes any sense to do anything until your husband retires. You said we may wait. I would actually encourage you to wait. You got plenty of money. If you say you just don't want to do this anymore, then you're going to spend some of your cash down. Let your husband keep working till he's 65. Use your cash up. And then once you're 59 and a half, you can start pulling money out of your retirement accounts, the pre-tax accounts, and start funding the difference. And let's see where you are when it comes time to like, you're really going to move. It's very hard to make these decisions when we're looking at, 8 years in advance, and so I would just be careful with that. Okay. This is from Lance. I heard 3 or 4 weeks ago you were saying for people over 40, you don't recommend Roth IRAs. No, I didn't say that. We didn't say that. It's more like people who are much older. We think that there are some things that we would start to question about, like, what are the details of your life? I think what I probably said was it used to be that Roth IRAs were for people, under the age of 40 because we knew that their income was going to increase. But now we like Roth for everybody. Okay. This is Lance's situation. I've got $15,000 from my younger brother's estate, and I was thinking about starting a Roth. The limit is $8,000 per year. Yes. So he must be over the age of 50. So $8,000 for me, $8,000 for my wife. We both have traditional IRAs. I also have a $500,000 in a brokerage account. And so, yeah, why not? I mean, I don't know everything that's going on in your life, but having some Roth money, we love having Roth money. It's good.
Assuming he's still working, right?
I mean, I don't know if he's working or not. I'm presuming he is. Okay, here's a question about I-bonds. Is there a rule of thumb as to when they're a good investment? Yeah, not now. How's that? The problem with I-bonds is your money is locked up. So, Mark, when did we buy I-bonds? Do you remember when that was? It was like a very weird quirk in time where the inflation rate was clearly rising and we were getting a great deal.
Yeah,
was that 2020 or 21?
No, I think it was like 2021.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good thing, right? And
they were all the rage.
Yeah, I said it once on network television. I never had so many emails in my life. So it depends what the alternative is. If you're saying like, oh, I'm going to buy an I bond versus a corporate bond, or is it I'm going to buy an I bond because I'm worried about inflation ticking up, or is it I'm going to buy an I bond just to sock some cash away? I mean, they're not bad. It's just that it's the inflexibility. You know, you're sort of locked into them for 5 years. If you don't want to be locked in, you'd pay 3-month interest penalty. But right now is not like my favorite time to buy an I bond. I think that's what I would say. By the way, can I just read the last part from Allison about this? Thank you so much for all you do to help demystify the financial system in such a supportive and non-judgmental way. It's nice to get solid financial advice from two people I truly feel want nothing but the best for us. Is that the best? That's amazing. I love that. I love that so much. That's why we do what we do. It's so good. I'm so happy when we do this. Okay. All right. I think that's it, Mark. You feel good about the show?
I always feel good about this show. Are you kidding me?
All right. Good. I'm glad. All right. If you've got a question, you want us to answer the question, get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, write us a note. Let us know if you would like to join us live by checking the box. If you do want to join us live, don't worry, we'll protect you. It's very easy to do it. And if you don't, just give us a lot of background so we know what to do. You know, we're very happy to go through everything that is on your mind. And that's the most important thing, whatever's on your mind. Okay? So don't forget, you can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. And of course, put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. Someone needs a nice boost, okay? Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.